In a world ruled by tooth and claw, survival is a daily war. Here, humanity is not yet a predator, but prey, scattered and vulnerable. Hunted by terrors that command the ancient skies. Instinct screams retreat, yet something new holds them fast: courage, born of unity. But the primal world has other weapons. Its fury descends from the heavens. A relentless onslaught that tests the limits of endurance, washing away all but the will to live. And then, a spark from the storm, a terrifying power that splits the sky. Yet nature, in its blind destruction, can also be a source of unexpected providence. The aftermath of the deluge offers a bounty, a fleeting chance to feast, to replenish. Life is seized as it is found, raw and fleeting, a moment of respite in an endless struggle. They share in the spoils, their nascent community bound by the shared rhythm of sustenance and survival. The taste is of life itself, unrefined, immediate, and vital. They are drawn to the storm's strange offspring, fire, a living, breathing enigma. Fear wrestles with curiosity. To touch it is to risk pain, but to understand it is to glimpse the future. In its warmth, a profound discovery, a shield against the biting cold, a center for their fragile world. They gather around this captured star, this impossible gift, their faces illuminated by a new dawn. And then, an accident of fate, an offering falls into the flame, and the world is changed forever. The aroma is intoxicating, a promise of something unknown, the first cooked meal. It is more than nourishment, it is a revelation, a taste that unlocks energy, nourishes the growing brain. In this singular moment, an alchemy of heat and flesh begins to rewrite their very biology. The mind ignites this power, cannot be left behind, it must be carried, it must be controlled. With the flame in hand, they are no longer just wanderers, they are pioneers, bearing a torch against the darkness. The sky is no longer the domain of predators alone, it is a map, a guide toward new horizons. They carry their fire into the belly of the earth, seeking a new kind of fortress, a home. Here, in the sanctuary of the cave, the flame becomes a hearth, the heart of the clan. Around its light, another revolution takes shape, the mind envisions, and the hands obey. From the raw heart of the stone, a future is being carved, the first tools, extensions of the human will. No longer content to scavenge, they venture out. The upright gait is not just a posture, it is a declaration. They move with purpose, leaving behind the crouch of the prey for the stride of the pursuer. From a high vantage, the world unfolds not as a landscape of threats, but of opportunities. Intelligence becomes the weapon, they read the land, track the signs, and plan their assault. They learn the language of the earth, the scent of the wind, the story told in a broken twig. This is the dawn of the systematic hunt, a ballet of cooperation and lethal intent. The hunted have become the hunters, the world has been turned upside down. In a storm of coordinated fury, they claim their dominance, their victory sealed with sharpened stone. They carry the prize home, a testament to their strength, their ingenuity, and their bond. From its lonely eyrie, the ancient terror watches. The balance of power has irrevocably shifted. Their journey is one of shared purpose, each step cementing the foundation of society. Through the predator's eye, the prey now appears transformed, formidable. But old hierarchies do not die easily. The Sky King descends to reclaim its dominion. An act of audacious theft, a challenge to the new order, but this is not the cowering prey of before. This is a clan united, armed, and unwilling to surrender the future they have fought for. With a punch born of desperation and defiance, they declare their sovereignty over this world. Victory is not just the kill, but the successful return, the promise of sustenance fulfilled. They bring the bounty back to the warmth of the cave, to the heart of their community. The kill belongs to everyone. Its nourishment will strengthen the entire tribe. The stone tool, once a weapon of the hunt, now becomes an instrument of provision, dividing the prize. Around the fire, culture is born. Stories are told not in words, but in shared experience. The blade transforms the raw muscle into sustenance, a task performed with reverence and skill. The feast is a ritual, a celebration of their collective power, a communion that binds them as one. Laughter echoes in the firelight here. In this shared meal, the first stirrings of joy and belonging are felt. The bones of the vanquished become the tools and tales of tomorrow. Nothing is wasted. With full bellies and a secure shelter, there is now time to rest, to think, to dream. A new consciousness surveys the world, not with fear, but with a sense of ownership, of possibility. The world is no longer just a place to survive, but a place to live, to explore, to understand. They gather resources with intention, their knowledge of the natural world growing with each passing season. Once more, the shadow of the past looms, a test of their newfound place in the world. But this time, there is no fear. The hunter has become the protector. The men rush not to flee, but to defend. The individual is protected by the strength of the group. They form a wall of spears and fury, a living barricade between their own and the savagery of nature. This is the final battle for dominance, a bloody, brutal confrontation between the old world and the new. Their weapons are crude, but their resolve is iron. They fight as one organism, driven by a single will. The great beast is brought down, not by a single hero, but by the unyielding power of collaboration. Their gaze follows its retreat, a final salute to a vanquished god. The nest, once a throne of terror, is now just a monument to a bygone era. They walk out into their world, bound by the trials they have faced, and the victories they have won. The human journey has begun.